Look up here in my direction. Okay. Now, good morning, everybody. I know that you were kind of wondering when this would get started. I just needed some time to set everything up here, and now we're all good. Okay, so today is the day before Valentine's. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So, I'm gonna have everybody go home. No one will be here at the event tomorrow because it is Valentine's Day, and I think that, because it's Valentine's Day, I think that everybody should get, the opportunity to celebrate and, give love to those that they love and care about, relationship and things. So, and that, that does include Jeanette, who will, also be, going home to her, to her mother for Valentine's Day. And that's going to be later, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely nice to see you again and have you here again with us. So, today. So yesterday we had, the big movie, and you did wonderful for that, and, we got to see a visual for what, your, childhood growing up looked like. Yeah. And I did notice that there were, several scenes that were, cut out, from the book, obviously, because, it's a movie, you could probably make a, maybe you could make a mini-series out of it, I don't know. I suppose that'll be an idea, but, I thought that the movie, was very, very well done, including, and it was very heavy, and it was just, it was just a little bit heartbreaking, for me to watch, that family in that, in those situations, particularly you in those situations. And when I say that, I mean Jeanette in the film, in your life anyway. So, I thought that, I know that you all enjoyed it, and I know that a lot of you, know her already because she was at my Minton. Just when we were finishing up White Fang, she came here way back in January, and, I can recall that you all, asked questions and signed autographs, and, Julie Eskinwell was there, and all the other, Mentons and Lumbes and Lopez's were there. Not all of them, but, certainly a lot of them. And then there was some, and then, the interviews afterward, you really got to hear, your perspective on it, on the film and everything. So I think that, I don't know what my favorite scene in the movie would be, but it would probably be, have to be like, near the beginning of the film, when you were really, really young and you were, in the desert, camping, with the fire. And I just thought that that was such sweet moment, with you and your father. And also I think that, when the car was kind of driving off the road into the desert and kind of, right before that. But overall, the whole film, was, absolutely incredible. And remember that when it comes to Waiting, it is all about the stories. And I think that reading's one way of, really learning and having a grasp on those stories and seeing other people's perspectives and other people's lives and the hardships that they endured and went through and came out of. And that's kind of what your personal memoir is about. Is maybe it could be a hardship, but but how did you change, or how did it make you grow, and what emotional mental scars do you have left behind from that experience? And it's a little bit, tricky, for a lot of people because, I can, tell you honestly that I have not had a life like Jeanette had. I never had, too many, um, hard experiences in my life. There's been, several, but it's not like extreme. Um, that's just me. So that's something that I want you to be working on today, this afternoon. I'm gonna push it till Monday, the very end of Monday, so 11:59 on Monday. So so definitely, and basically the expectations for writing that are very, very general because the rest is you and your imagination and your memory. And you all have different writing styles, so I can't tell you which style of writing to write in. Just, there's probably, there's no, like, specific format, it's just you going through the story. So it's very, very general. So again, today is February 13th. So I'm going to be talking about this next. Also, I know this seems like I'm pounding down a lot onto you, but that is the way that this invention works sometimes, is that there is a lot of things going on. Now, reminder, the thing that you need to be working on, from tomorrow through the 16th of February is what? Yes, is the storyboard. So by the end of today, your whole cupcake model of the TED Talk. So the cherry, the sprinkles, the frosting, the cake, knowing what those things are. For your TED Talk as a whole thing, not breaking it down into little aspects like you've been doing when you've been doing the packet. That needs to be done by the end of today. And then tomorrow, so Sunday through Tuesday is when you're working on your storyboard. So the real structure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 16 boxes in total for you to fill out, and you can structure that. And I will certainly be there to help you. And I know that right now, Deborah Silverman, I know will be coming with us also to the headquarters, and she will be helping out as well. With setting things up, and that is where we're going to be going, and I'll tell you what time that's going to be at. We already acknowledged that you'll be going with us. We've seen the movie. There's no writing or anything like that. For Fahrenheit 451, I'll be recording, just me reading up the book out loud, the book of all books. story about a, science fictional, society that, after the, technology got invented, people slip away from reading, and it's forbidden by the law, and it stands as a grave reminder of, what we're slowly getting out of and what we need to get back into, by, Wade Bradbury and all that. So again, I've also talked about these show recommendations. So then, oh, and then I also want to talk about this. So one of the things that I want you all to watch, and I know that, we're probably not gonna see it, here and now because we have to get going. Pam Gregory, released a video on the full moon in Virgo, which is going to be at the end of this month. And that's going to actually officially be happening on the 27th of February. So, full moon in Virgo, Pisces, Virgo. What is the difference between Pisces, Virgo? Now, we're going to talk about that when we get into when the sun moves into the next sun sign. So let's wait on that a little bit. Because that's a whole other, realm and energy and, whole new things that we're going to be getting into. But right now we're not focused on that. We're focusing on the here and now and up until the 18th of February. So from the 16th through the 18th, you'll feel kind of the energy start to shift over into the next sign, which is Pisces, which I know that you have a moon in Pisces. Did Deborah Silverman go through your natal chart with you? Okay. Yeah. So, seeing if there's anything else that I want to talk about. Yeah, so, remember that she gets into kind of the build up, kind of the leading up towards when there is a full moon or new moon. So definitely watch that the day, right when she publishes it, or after, a new moon or full moon, preparing for the next one. So feel yourself as the energy starts to kind of soften when it gets to the new moon, and when it builds. When it gets to the full moon, it becomes harder to sleep, and please tell me that this is still going. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes when I'm doing that, it stops. I don't know why, but I'm keeping an eye on it. So I believe that this is all of the announcements. And I actually want to talk about a couple of, things before we get going. First of all, yesterday I was kind of doing, having like a, doing a monologue, a personal monologue, a true monologue of an autumn day in 2014, what happened. Where I was, I had this wicker chair way back in 2016, and I really thought that I need somewhere other than the couch and then the keyboard just to sit. That way I can just sit and simply, just look out at everybody. And we're going to be, we might do some, some activities here, while I'm sitting in this chair, or, I might have some, people come here and, do storytelling sometimes, or, share a personal story with people who come in here. Deborah Silverman can even use this chair to to do such as in here, going over kind of, the elements, which, maybe is going to be around her birthday when she's, I'm thinking of, I just thought of it right now that she'll be doing, she'll be taking you through the elements, all 4 elements, and then you'll be, doing exercises where you'll be experiencing and feeling those elements. That's going to be day 1. And then day 2 is going to be all about the zodiac signs. Day 3 is going to be planets. Okay? And she'll be sitting here and doing that. And if you want that monologue, I do have it, and I will send it out to you, for you to listen to and understand me better and, personal story. And I think that I do better. I think that, when I'm sitting down and telling a personal story, I think it's easier to do without, a whole lot of people around. That way I can really relax and then really focus and soften myself. I have a tendency to, So, particularly with this moon in Pisces, which is all about soft, and, I woke up, later this morning, like 7:44, 7:45 this morning. And I think that the moon really controls the, the motion of the waves and everything. So, but then tomorrow the moon is going to shift signs, and it's going to move into Aries, and it's going to be, a get up and go energy, and it's going to be there till the 16th. So you have a moon in Aries, Sun in Aquarius while planning out the storyboard. So it's probably going to give you the energy to get up and go to really sit down and do that, and the drive to sit down and plan out. Okay? And I want to remind you again that after that, the 17th, 18th, and 19th is getting your slides prepped and practicing after you do that. And then on February 20th, which is a Saturday, the end of the week, think of it as the end of the week, the end of a season. Well, technically, Sun moves into Pisces, but, end of the week, you're going to be going over to Wabimbi Gournay Cementon, and you're going to be presenting your TED Talks. Sunday, February 21st, I will have a lot of stuff written on the board here, and maybe, just maybe, I can have my dad hook a computer up here, and then I can show you some slides, or something online. I'd love to do that, to show you, my computer screen and, and certain things on there, which will probably be like a, then it'll have to be, virtual meeting. But so it just depends. It'll be, that's coming up next week. We don't have to worry about it now. So then I want to move on to the Aquarius songs. Today I want to use as a good practice day, for the Aquarius songs. So you have this afternoon to just kind of go home, work on, memoir, all that stuff, and then you're going to come back at, 3:30 in the afternoon. We're going to be working on the Aquarius songs, because we really need to utilize the time, because on the 18th, which is going to be on a Thursday, the 19th of February, so, which is like cusp day. So 19th of February, Friday, I think concerts, should all be on a Friday, that you have the week done, the weekend to look forward to rest up for that. So Friday, February 19th, that is the day of the concerts. And there's certain days in this Aquarius season where, we have missed out on doing songs, like the 4th of February, the 26th of January, those types of days. Which, we really need to make the most of the time, because there's a lot of songs that we're doing, and I probably have to narrow it down a little bit. Probably narrowed it down already, but that's a big focus, for something that we're going to do today. Did I go over everything that we needed to? Okay, then, the very last thing. I had a dream last night that I was in the basement. And it was spruced up. There was like a downstairs toilet in the basement that I was going to, but all of a sudden I looked and I saw a pink wall, like a pink, kind of, like a peach colored wall, with most of that color on the wall, and then almost very, very bottom of the wall, along the sides, bottom of the wall, there was purple, and then the floors. Did I say purple? I meant brown. And then the floors were all brown. And then I went out and around me was, finger type, games, like, I don't know how to describe them. So then I went out the door, and then I started seeing, staircases. I started seeing a couple living rooms appear, and then I saw a grand piano, a black grand piano in the basement. And of course it was a dream. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I stared at a big chair, and then there was a really, really big movie theater in the bottom of my basement. Would a dream come true? I don't have a movie theater now, and I wish that I did have a movie theater. So that's just something that I just want to tell you about. Now, I want to see what time it is. 10:14. Okay, so this is a little bit delayed. Reminder that we are going to be going over there, ending at 11:45. So actually at 10:25 we are going to get going. Yes, indeed. So, all the expectations, because we've done this millions of times before. You put, your germ killer on. You put, you do all the precautions. You'll be going in separate buses. So, Deborah Silverman is actually, she actually, arrived at Olympic Bell Books Edmonton this morning, and she got herself onto one of those buses that she will be chaperoning. I will be chaperoning another bus. There's going to be 3 buses total, and then to my understanding, you're going to be doing the third one, right? Okay, so that's how it is going to work. Okay, then we're all going to meet at the headquarters. Okay, we're all going to meet at the headquarters together. We're gonna get off, see who's here, see who's not there. Which, well, I don't think that we're gonna do actually, because it's so darn cold. We're actually gonna do it when we're on the bus, so that we don't have to stand out in the cold, and we don't have to go through the whole long list of people. So, we're gonna get in there. The Edmonton head officials, including the head official, will give you, you'll volunteer for a job to do. There will be, someone there to, be the guiding light to kind of, help you out in that area of the building. And you can most certainly, a really, really big thing, really big option is setting up for the Primal Prehistoric Exhibition grand opening. Okay? So if you want to go do that, then most certainly, it's, certainly, genuinely about helping out anywhere and, doing anything at all. But everybody has to pitch in, and every one of those positions has to be filled. Don't worry, she's not going to make you clean toilets or anything. Although there's, jobs that are people's preferences, jobs that are others' preferences. You can certainly pick a job, pick any job that you want to, although all those positions have to be filled, and you might do more than one job, so you might need to do this job, then might have to, do this as well. So, I don't know how it'll go. It really just depends, and I never went into that kind of detail before with you because, because I really don't know. I can't tell you. Just we'll find out about it when we get there. So, yeah, I believe that that is all taken care of, and then you'll be going home tomorrow. Yeah. I was just curious asking. Yeah. So, I believe that is really all that I wanted to talk about. Okay, everybody. Now, we have to all, get coats on, get, boots on, get everything ready to go. I just want to make sure that everybody's here. Yes, everybody is here. Okay, so all of you can go, get yourselves ready, and I will do the same. Look at me. And then we will get on there. There'll be no waiting line. I think that it just pulled up. So there'll be no waiting line. The doors are opening now. So, you have, let's see what time it is. So, okay, I'm going to delay it a little bit. So, 10:35. That's when we're going to be leaving. So you have 15 minutes to get yourselves ready, dressed, everything like that. And to my understanding, a lot of you are already halfway done. And that's what I told you about. Because I just the very, very last thing that I want to make you all is rush. And, I'm saying that because I hate to be rushed in a social situation, getting my clothes on, and it's too frantic, and I just cannot. It's just kind of scary to me. So continue on with that process. Wherever you are now, if you're super quickly, then that's great for you. But I can understand that a lot of you already are prepped for that. Okay, so then now I want you all to get on to you can all go now. I'm release you.